It's the more insidious, secret partisan behavior of very liberal-dominated newsrooms working at the supposedly impartial.
Sunny Hostin, her husband accused of committing federal insurance fraud in a law.
Sunny Hostin is back in the spotlight, making waves with her strong opinions and personal controversies. This time, it's a whirlwind of drama that has everyone talking. It all kicked off with Donald Trump's interview with Fox News anchor Brett Baier. The conversation was already stirring debate, but one particular moment sent shockwaves through both the political and entertainment worlds. When Trump casually remarked that he doesn't consider his vice president, Senator J.D. Vance, as the natural choice for the 2028 presidential race. It was like a political grenade going off. The aftermath, well, you can always count on the ladies of The View to jump right into the fire.
Something a little bit more diabolical, if I'm being honest. Representative Andy Ogles, a Republican of Tennessee, on January 23rd, just 3 days after Trump was inaugurated, already proposed amending the 22nd Amendment to allow Trump to serve a third.
On the February 11th episode of The View, the panel dissected Trump's latest eyebrow-raising remarks with their signature fiery analysis. Sarah Haynes was the first to jump in, offering a measured take. She speculated that Trump's comments stemmed from his deep-rooted love for competition. According to Haynes, he operates with a free market mindset. Only the strongest survive. She likened it to his backing of J.D. Vance in Ohio, emphasizing that while Trump values loyalty, he also enjoys making people fight for his approval. He isn't about to simply hand over the crown. A fair observation, but the conversation was just getting started. Enter Sunny Hostin, known for her unfiltered approach to political commentary. She took things to a whole new level, dropping a theory. That left the audience and her co-hosts in shock. "I think he's up to something far more calculated, if I'm being honest," she said, her tone heavy with implication. She then referenced a lesser-known proposal by Representative Andy Ogles to amend the 22nd Amendment, which limits presidential terms. With dramatic flair, Sunny suggested that Trump might have his sights set on a third term. He doesn't want to name a successor because, in his mind, he is his own successor, she declared. Why pass the torch when he could just hold onto it himself? The theory was so bold that it sent ripples through the studio, prompting an audible gasp from Joy Behar, who immediately jumped in with her reaction.
If she were a liberal, self-made millionaire migrant model who speaks 5 languages, she'd have her name on a federal building right now.
Sunny wasn't done yet. She continued by emphasizing the immense difficulty of amending the Constitution, noting that it would take approval from 2/3 of Congress and 34 states. But then, with a knowing edge in her voice, she suggested that Trump might look for other ways to work around the system. He could just try to stay in office, she added, her tone dripping with mock dread. And just like that, the idea of Trump as a cunning strategist scheming to upend democratic norms took on a life of its own, fueled by Sunny's dramatic delivery.
Insurance companies, from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers, he was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services.
Not everyone on the panel shared such a grim outlook. Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former Trump insider, offered a different perspective. She explained that Trump's response didn't surprise her for 2 key reasons. First, Trump thrives on loyalty. He surrounds himself with people willing to go to great lengths for his approval. Second, the moment he names a successor, he risks being seen as a lame duck, which goes against everything he stands for. Alyssa also speculated that Trump might be keeping his options open for his children to carry on the family legacy. This suggestion was met with an exaggerated groan from Joy Behar, who quipped that she hoped it wouldn't be the kids. The conversation quickly turned into a mix of eye rolls and laughter, but Alyssa wasn't done yet. She delivered one final point that briefly silenced the room. The truth is, Trump is a singular force. No one else in the Republican Party or even American politics has his level of influence. J.D. Vance or anyone else might try to follow his lead, but none of them will ever be Trump. That's why he won't name a successor. He doesn't want to admit he's replaceable. A sobering thought, to say the least. But just when it seemed like the drama couldn't escalate further, the conversation took an unexpected personal turn for Sunny Hostin. While she was busy speculating about Trump's political future, her own family was caught in a very real and highly public scandal. Her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, had landed at the center of a massive insurance fraud lawsuit making national headlines. The allegations, fraudulent billing practices, and alleged kickbacks tied to surgeries performed through his New York-based orthopedic practice.
To the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries.
The lawsuit, filed by American Transit Insurance Company, alleges that Dr. Emmanuel Hostin was part of a much larger scheme involving over 180 defendants. According to the claims, he performed unnecessary surgeries on patients, particularly rideshare drivers working for companies like Uber and Lyft, then billed the insurance company for exorbitant amounts. The real shocker, the company is demanding a staggering $450 million in damages.
This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia.
The timing couldn't be worse for Sunny Hostin. Known for being one of the most vocal critics of ethical missteps, she now finds herself at the center of controversy for all the wrong reasons. According to insiders, the scandal has created serious tensions behind the scenes at ABC News, with some questioning how she can continue discussing legal and political ethics while her own family is under scrutiny. But Sunny isn't backing down. Outside the studio, she issued a fiery statement defending her husband, accusing American Transit Insurance Company of launching a disgusting media smear campaign against her family. This is nothing more than a desperate attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance company to avoid paying for necessary medical procedures, she declared, adding that the company was exploiting her celebrity status to manipulate public perception. She even hinted at a possible countersuit demanding that American Transit issue a public apology and compensate her family for the emotional distress caused by the allegations.
Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit.
Meanwhile, Emmanuel Hostin's legal team is fighting back aggressively. His attorney, Mark Gagas, has dismissed the lawsuit as meritless, accusing American Transit of unfairly targeting doctors to avoid their financial obligations. This is a blanket, scattershot lawsuit designed to intimidate healthcare providers. Gaga stated firmly, Dr. Hostin did nothing wrong, and we intend to prove that in court. In true Hostin fashion, Sunny hasn't shied away from addressing the controversy on other platforms. She described the lawsuit as an attack on hardworking doctors and criticized the healthcare system for making it increasingly difficult for physicians to receive fair compensation. My husband operates on people who are in pain, whether they have insurance or not, she asserted. And now he's being penalized for doing the right thing. It's outrageous. The legal battle is far from over, but one thing is clear, Sunny isn't backing down. However, the scandal has cast a shadow over her role on The View, where she has built a reputation as a moral authority. Can she maintain that image while her family is caught in such a high-profile controversy? Only time will tell, but just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more chaotic for Sunny Hostin, another legal storm began brewing, this time involving none other than Democratic Senator John Fetterman. Yes, you heard that right. The Pennsylvania senator, known for his outspoken nature and willingness to take on powerful figures, has reportedly decided to take legal action against Sunny and The View's producers. And this isn't just another routine courtroom battle. This lawsuit has the potential to reshape conversations around media accountability and test the limits of public commentary.
Donald Trump, I was stunned and amazed by his new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever in that.
The drama doesn't stop there. Now, swirling rumors suggest that Melania Trump might also be preparing for legal action against Sunny Hostin. Yes, you read that right. The former First Lady, who has largely stayed out of the public eye since leaving the White House, is reportedly furious over comments Sunny made during a recent episode of The View. Sunny didn't hold back, claiming that Melania despises her husband and is actively working to sabotage his political ambitions. She doesn't want to be First Lady again, Sunny declared, throwing in digs about Melania's infamous redesign of the White House rose garden and her apparent lack of enthusiasm for holiday traditions. Who hates Christmas? Sunny quipped, drawing laughter from the audience, but also raising eyebrows among Melania's allies. If the rumors are true and Melania moves forward with legal action, it would mark a rare and dramatic intervention from the former First Lady. Unlike Donald Trump, who thrives on public battles, Melania has largely avoided direct confrontations. But if she sees this as an attack on her character, she might be ready to break that silence. Between lawsuits from Senator Fetterman and potential legal threats from Melania Trump, Sunny Hostin could be facing a legal minefield that threatens her credibility, her career, and even The View itself. One thing's for sure, this is far from over.
illusion of saying that he has kindness in his heart. He's so mean.
Joy, she called him positive.
He's the meanest president we've ever had. And I was around when Nixon was here.
If Melania Trump decides to take legal action, it wouldn't be the first time she has gone after media figures for defamation. She previously sued a British tabloid for publishing false claims about her and walked away with a substantial settlement. So, if history is any indication, she's not afraid to take the fight to court. Insiders say she's consulting legal experts to explore her options. While she hasn't publicly addressed Sunny's remarks, the fact that she's even considering legal action suggests she's taking this very seriously. If Melania moves forward, this could become a high-profile battle, adding yet another layer to the growing storm surrounding The View. With lawsuits and controversies piling up, it's clear that Sunny Hostin and the show's producers are in for a rough ride. The question now is, how will they respond?
Was true.
He is mean.
What show to him?
He's mean to the Haitians. He's mean to women. He's mean to immigrants.
Everybody.
He's mean to everybody.
He's not mean to Melania.
Absolutely. If Melania Trump decides to sue, it would be a media spectacle like no other. A lawsuit of this scale wouldn't just put The View under scrutiny. It could force networks to reconsider the boundaries of political commentary and personal speculation. Sunny Hostin, who has built her career on legal expertise and sharp analysis, might find herself on the defensive, arguing for her own right to free speech in a courtroom instead of on television. And the public would eat it up. A legal showdown between Melania and Sunny would be primetime drama, drawing massive attention from all sides. It could also set a new precedent for how public figures, both in politics and entertainment, handle media scrutiny. Would it result in a long, drawn-out courtroom battle or a quiet private settlement? Would The View stick to its bold style or start treading more carefully? One thing's certain, if this happens, it'll be must-watch television.